Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Captain of Industry. We are progressing our way through. We've now started our production of research equipment, of lab equipment, and we're quickly building our lab level 1, I think is what it's called, so that we can start that research process. However, there's a few other things that we can do, and a coal power plant is one of them. So research power generation 2. Okay, so that's what we're basically going to need that straight away. So this guy will be outputting recyclables. So let's have a quick look at the research menu. Let's see. So one of the first thing is advanced diesel or power generation 2. I think we may, as maintenance 2 is an important one. Cargo depot is an important one. There's a lot of cool stuff that we need to be doing over here. So let us start with power generation 2 as suggested. So we'll give that a go. We'll get the crews working on it. So that's underway. And then we'll start building some of those items there. We're also needing to research advanced diesel as the next component. So what is happening over here? This is an optional output. Ah, interesting. Okay, so for the time being, we don't need this. But what does that mean? Does that mean it's generating more waste? So if I have a quick look here and we say recyclables, right? So recyclables. So this guy is producing recyclables. Oh, it's consuming recyclables. I'm misunderstanding this, right? So lab equipment, okay. It's consuming recyclables. It's not telling me anything about it. Let's quickly go over here. I want to have a look. It's just waste. So if I went in here and said recyclables, so I'm really not seeing anything around recyclables. So for the time being, I guess we'll figure this out later. But for the time being, this doesn't seem to be the case. So it can produce. No, but it takes and then it gives research plus recyclables. And it's an optional output that we can do what with? Excess output is discarded without blocking production. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. But I still have no idea what this kind of situation is, what we do with it or not. So anyway, we'll just leave it as is. We'll research a few things over there. Now, we've got this piece sorted out. So I guess we can grab ourselves a few more trucks at least as a starting point. We'll use some of the stuff that we're doing. We need to keep our mining operation going. Our sand will run out, it seems, at some point. If we go and have a look at the map, we have 1 or 2 more spots left to go to. I guess it's these 2 really. That's really it for us. Everything else is now locked behind it. So let's head on over there. Do the piece. What is this guy saying? Oh, it's still got some cargo on board because it couldn't, I guess it couldn't move cargo anywhere. Yeah, I mean, what we should do is let's say none, and then anything can be popped in here. Let's empty this one out as well. And slowly start emptying this guy out also. Okay, slowly start moving this out to some other places. Now, food is continuing to not really support our needs. I mean, we're not filling up we're not getting to that surplus where I thought we were. So what I'll do is I'll non this one too. So now we're just going to back to the original setup that gave us this kind of surplus here. Okay, so we've got housing 2, and housing 2 does what differently to housing 1? Doesn't advanced housing, more people, monthly unity. If the housing is provided with required services, housing can either be attached to existing settlement to become part of it and benefit from all the already provided services, such as food, or it can be placed independently to establish itself as a new settlement. In that case, you need to attach new service modules. Okay, well, that's interesting. Anyways, it just seems to be bigger and better. So we won't be doing that just yet. I don't think it's really important. Explored a location, and we've got some loot that's going to come in our way. And then we've got that last spot that we can basically head to. So that's okay. So we'll sort that out. This power generation can slowly do its thing here, and we'll just keep moving through this stuff as we go. Okay. Now, next thing, I was kind of wanting to have a bit of a look at some of these things. So we've got settlement water in place, so that's good. We've got smart conveyors that we're not using just yet. We've got housing 2, which we're not using. We've got the stacker. So what does the stacker actually do? This dumps material from connected conveyor belt directly on the terrain. So the stacker we can make basically mining heaps or something, which I don't think is an important requirement for us just yet. Okay, the tree harvester has nothing to do, so let's quickly designate a new area for tree harvesting. Grab me that one there, and then I'm thinking clean out some of this, right? We probably need to then also start looking at just trimming a little bit of a better pathway through here, right? Let's just do some of that. So there's a few more things that you can go ahead and trim, and I'm thinking leaving little slithers of trees everywhere just for the sake of aesthetics. From a mining perspective, we are mining down here. Yeah, we're getting a little bit deeper, and once we get there, I'm going to go even deeper so that we really look at that. Mining designations over here is still okay, but we probably need to start looking at then going inside and, digging a little bit deeper there also. I'm hoping that this will get a little bit better. Are we out of water, right? Is this guy saying we don't have water, or none of these are saying that? Okay, so we need to just be a little bit mindful of the fact that that's not connected to any kind of reasonable water supply. Okay, now, so what's the next step for us? I think we've got all of this kind of sorted out. Everything is now kind of automated, and I'm going to demolish some of these things here. None of this is working anymore. So let's go ahead and clear that out. And let's clear this out. And let's clear this one. And let's clear all of these. And that one. And all of these. And probably this one. Okay. This got anything. It's got a lot of stuff ready to go. Output is full. Output is full there. Output. Well, we're ready to go on some more stuff here. Not sure we need to have this one active and running, so that's okay. We could empty this one out, to be honest. We're not needing this, so let's empty that one out as well. So get the guys to start working. We'll grab 2 more over here. We're not doing any kind of tree stuff just yet. We're just not doing it yet. We're doing the rubber thing. Yeah, this is getting. We need to get to a point where we're going to do that. Look at this. This is looking so healthy. I'm loving all of this. Looking really healthy over here. Let's go back and send the ship to the last potential spot and see what we've got over there while we're finishing off the power generation. Do we need to go any quicker than this? I have no idea. I don't think so. I really don't think we need to go any quicker than that. There's a full storage there. Okay, good. I think we're in very good shape to now start looking at more advanced things. So power generation will be the first one, and I'm kind of thinking maybe what we do is let's double up on the research here. All right, let's double up on the research so that we can do things a little bit quicker. I'm more of the opinion we should switch on and off as required, but do it fairly quickly when we do. So we'll do that. So let's get building on that one. And then we'll do research a little bit quicker. Noting power is, going to be a drain, but now we'll go into some proper power generation, and whether we, stick to coal or go a little bit a different route, we'll keep an eye on that. The guys can still drive around here. They can also go drive through the middle there. And do we have like textures and things like that for the roads? Yeah, we do have this, right? Concrete surface. Vehicle maintenance -20. Oh, I like that. Brick surface. Cobblestone. Stone surface. Stone surface. So all of the... Ooh, metal surface. I don't think I'm going to do the metal surface. I'd rather do this, I think. So if we were to kind of run... something like this, right? Just as a for the sake of it, right? I just want to have a bit of a look at that. So if we do that, right, and we say go nuts, build it, what actually happens here? Is that going to cost us enormous amounts? Shipped in battle, and I guess we lost, and that's the end of that. Okay. We'll just get a few more research items going. Beautiful. So now research should be going along a little quicker and smoother. Just want to see what this is all about and how much this is actually costing us in terms of the supply. Yeah, okay. So that's interesting. I don't really know how much it takes. Is it literally per little square we're taking one of those? Feels a little bit problematic. And then when we get to metal surface, they're all just 20% vehicle maintenance going down. Okay, so that's okay. I'll obviously do tons of stuff like this. This is just a bit of a starting point, messing around a little bit. I do think the trucks do prefer to kind of drive on that. So guessing that's what's happening over here. Good. Okay, so research is done. So we've got that one going. The next research we're going to do is the advanced diesel. So let's go in here and say, grab me the advanced diesel, please. Make a start on that, please. And then we need to build a water and connect it to a groundwater pump. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll make use of this groundwater pump over here. The output is full, and that's kind of where the issue is coming from. So I guess power we'll run a little bit of power right in the middle over here. Just have a look what's going on here with the food. We're struggling with the food is not as good as I would have expected it to be. Can we do anything else? Can do vegetables, but that's less food or slightly less water. Maybe vegetables, but ultimately we might need to add another one in here. Can we please? So this is up for emptying. So let's add a couple more vehicles to the mix. We can also build one of those just so we can keep pace with that, so that we can slowly make kind of get a little bit more room over here. Actually, we might want to move the farms altogether so that we can build a slightly different layout in this area. Anyway, that's fine. Let's do the first thing. So what we're needing to do is build a boiler and connect it to a groundwater pipe. So if we go to power, we want to build a boiler. And then we'll do, so this is going to give us 48 steam. And then we'll do 2 of these, and I'm guessing 4 of these. Yeah, that's the kind of the standard mix there. So let's make a start. We want water. So let's, before we do that, let's make sure that we are providing ourselves with a little bit of room here for some future water supplies. Okay, so that's the first piece of this puzzle. So we'll tie that one in there. We'll get started on that. Then we'll get the boiler, probably to go in. We'll do it. Do it something like that, right? And we'll get the water to go in there. We'll need the loose storage over here, and we will be filling up the loose storage with coal. Okay, so coal. So now coal production is going to need to boost a little bit. So go ahead and build all of that. Okay, I guess that's the first piece. Build high pressure turbine and attach a power generator to it, and connect steam high pipe from the boiler. Okay, so that's it. So just have a quick look here. So the boiler is going to give us a little bit of discharge as well. So we will need to kind of tie this guy in there at the same time. And what we'll do is we'll go and grab that also. Okay, now the next piece of the puzzle here is we want a high pressure turbine, which is going to boiler needs it. Yeah. Understand. Okay, so we will be okay. So if we're going to go with something like this. Oh, hang on. No. So flip it around and do it like, well, I'm kind of tempted to do it just like this, right? So if we do that, and this one is producing what? 24, and then that one is 6. Oh yeah, but we need 2 of them. Otherwise, that's never going to work. If we do that, I think this is how it will work. Okay, so from there, it needs to... Okay, well, we'll do that. And that's fine. And then we need that to go there. What is this one producing? It's producing, and then it's going to need a discharge as well. So let's quickly have a look at getting... This one will be discharging some of our lower value steam. And we'll just place it right there and tie that in there and that in there. So let's do that as the next point. Build those for us, and then what we'll do is the next piece of that puzzle is to add the power generator to it, and it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I guess we'll add a flywheel to it and go for it. So that is gonna be our next piece here. That should be okay, right? And what does the flywheel actually do? The flywheel can store up to 500 megawatt seconds of mechanical power as inertia from the spinning mass. It gradually loses power only when all other entities of the same shaft are idle, neither consuming nor producing mechanical power. That's fine. It's all good. What's happening with our potatoes? It's starting to look a little healthier over there. We are filling this guy up. Those are being filled up. Are we draining this water supply? Not really. The reserve is filling up nicely again each time. So I think we're going to be okay. This might be using a little bit more power, but I think that's going to be all good. So now, once this is all up and running, good. And I guess we will be rebuilding this a few times as we advance in terms of technology. Advanced oil processing is done. So let's quickly see what else we can research. So advanced diesel, power generation, basic desalination is an interesting one. A burner, biofuel, maintenance depot 2, and then cargo depot. I think let's grab a cargo depot. Let's make a start on that because we're going to want to be bringing in oil from external as part of the advanced diesel. And there we go. Now we have this guy generating stuff for us. And what I'm suggesting we do is now this guy needs to be like a lower priority, right? So we should be switching these off when those are... So they shouldn't be working as long as we're spinning up power over here, right? So now we're not running diesel generators, but we are, in fact, instead running some good power over here. We should have some nice excess power ready to go now. Okay, so that's done. Let's see what our reward is. We've got some extra stuff. And now we're going into... We need to build distillation stage 1 and connect it to distillation stage 2. That's an interesting one. Okay, so let's do... So we've got all of these things in place, so we'll close that one out. And then the next thing is now we've got distillation stages 1 and 2. If I have a bit of a look at that, is that 1 or... Oh, here we go. Distillation stage 1. So we're going to take crude oil and we're going to do some stuff, and then we're going to do stage 2 as well at the same time. We're going to get some stuff as well. So this one is giving us heavy oil, or medium oil and heavy oil. 48 medium oil and heavy oil. And it's giving us some high pressure steam, which we can of course use for power. And then this one is going to take the heavy oil, or sorry, the medium oil that it's producing, and it's going to give us diesel, and it's again going to give us some steam. Okay, so we need to understand where we're going to, and then we can burn off the heavy oil if we wanted to. Now, so we need to understand where are we actually going to bring in any of these things. And I'm kind of tempted to do it all the way over here. So let us quickly do this, right? So let's clear this out, right? Let's get rid of all of those trees. And I'm kind of thinking let's get the dumping designation in play here, right? At this this level. So let's make sure that we dump everything to up to about that point there. Right, so that's basically the point where we're basically going to get stuff coming in. Or can we pull it back a little? I'm not sure we can pull it back. If we pull it back, this one will kind of stick out, right? So I don't think we can pull it back. That's about it really for us. So a bit of dumping over there. And then what I'll do is I'll cancel the dumping on this side. I'll cancel the dumping over here. So let's get let's just relieve the dumping site on this for the time being, right? So we'll just close out all of that for dumping. So go to the new dumping site now and dump in that area. So we can try and get ourselves ready for the oil stuff. So let us then, in thinking about that, let's get ready for the distillation stages. So first thing first is let's remove some of this debris. We'll remove some of the debris over there as well. We'll remove some of this and some of that. Okay, good. Now, okay, so distillation stages, we'll probably rebuild this a few times, but I think this area is where I'm going to do that. They should be able to get in here nicely and work quite well in this area. So go here, distillation stages. So what are we doing? We've got advanced diesel, so build a distillation at stage 1. We're going to need to bring in crude oil. So let's make a start. Well, let's do it this way. Actually, let's do it that way. Oh, it needs, okay, it needs it's an input, not an output. Of course it's an input, not an output. Okay, so we'll need a little bit of this. So let's do, well, we'll start off with one, right? We'll do one of those, and then we will need to do basically one of these. And that'll give us two things that needs to be, if we flip it, right? But this is okay, but that gives us two things that needs to be burned off. I'm just thinking, can we get, flip it again, something like this. Yeah, that's not quite right. I'd rather do, that seems to be about the most reasonable option. And then just maybe want to try it this way. So if we did something like this, that could be quite useful, and that'll burn it off. So maybe this is how we're gonna, stack it. Okay. So both of those items will need to be flared off at the moment, right? So we'll do that. We'll need a boiler that's going to give us some stuff. Loose storage is a problem yet again. Oh, no, that's the research that was done. So, okay, we need a boiler that's going to give us some high pressure steam, and we're going to also go with that again. We'll do that. Boiler there. And then we do need to discharge some stuff, which we'll probably do all the way out over here. We'll need to do a bit of a discharge of some of these things. So we're going to need to do a flare. Right, the flare is going to do most of these items. So that's going to have to flare, and that's going to have to flare. I do wonder if that'll work as is, but that'll have to do the trick there. This one will connect over there. This one will go there, and it will also go here. We will also need one of these guys. I'm gonna have to redo this thing plenty of times, and then what are we gonna do from here? From here, we're going to say we need a storage, right? A storage for fuel. So we're gonna start producing heaps of fuel. We're gonna go nuts on this so that we have lots and lots of this ready to go. So we're gonna do that. And now we can basically build it, right? But we also need to bring in water. So let's have a quick look. Do we actually have water available in this area? Oh, we do. We do. I'm gonna move that entire thing this way, right? So let me cut that thing, and we're gonna move the entire thing a little bit closer here. And now I'm gonna grab myself the water thing. Place the water in there. We'll get ourselves some more storage facilities here. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to bring in crude oil. Okay, so we'll start with something like that for crude oil. We'll connect that up. And on this side, we'll give ourselves a little bit of water. And we'll connect this up as well. Okay, so that should be pretty good. So what is all of this going to cost us? I don't even know. It doesn't tell me, but we'll build it anyway. So we'll link those two up. What is this saying? Build your advanced oil processing complex close to shore so it's easy to import oil via ship. So that's effectively what we're trying to get done over here. What we are missing, however, is we do need a bit of a discharge for our liquids, right? And the plan was that we do. Can we do it? Without necessarily upsetting the rain is too low over there. And can we do it over here potentially? Some part needs to be in the ocean. Oh, okay, there we go. So I guess this is what I'm after, right? If it's over there. Yeah. So that's the one. And then we'll effectively just need to run a pipe out that way. So what is this guy doing, right? This guy is actually sitting off a fair bit of that. So we do need to find ourselves a little bit of a path through all of these things. So we're going to bring in oil over here. So there's still a bit of work that needs to happen in terms of that. So if we're going to run this guy out this way. Good. And what we'll do here is we'll provide us with a few more spots for these guys to kind of cross. So we'll do maybe one there, and we might do one over here as well for the time being. But I guess all of this stuff will be revamped. You know, it will be revamped over time. Okay, so with all of that in mind, we are missing one extra thing over here, which I completely forgot to do, is I need to add a loose storage here. I'll put it right up against it there, and we'll go like so. And this guy will be filled up with a little bit of coal, please. And we can make a start on that. Then this guy needs to be filled up with crude oil. So I'm wondering, do we have any pump jack opportunities in this area? Give me a little bit of this. We do. We do have a localized pump jack area where we can make a start with the crude oil piece, really. Okay, and I'm thinking we run it straight up there. So give me... So we'll do that as a starting point, and now we'll find ourselves a few pump jack locations here. It's a little bit further away than I would have liked. I should have probably had a look at that. So basic is we're going to grab ourselves a pump jack for now. So let us... Oh, I don't want to necessarily heighten the terrain here, but what we'll do is we'll do probably something like this, right? We'll do 1, 2, 3, then we'll rotate and flip. Actually, we should have just flipped. And then we'll do 1, 2. That might not actually work. It is working. How am I think we'll continue it along. If I go up to, say, there, and now I need to find that line. Okay, it doesn't want to do anything other than that. Beautiful. So there we go. We'll leave it like that for the time being, right? Oh, I'm paused. Okay. So close out all of this, and then please go ahead and come and build all of that for me. Now, this thing will start producing diesel at fairly good rates now, I think. Yeah, get all of this stuff built, please. Got tons of Unity available. I may as well start to use it a little bit, right? Do a bit of that. Happy to spend it here and there. I've got a bit of a tool here, right? I can just do that. Roll. Out of Unity? No. What's the issue? There we go. So these guys are struggling. It's extremely busy. We should probably build some more. Agreed. Let us build a few more trucks while we're at it. Now that we're producing diesel at a reasonable rate, or should be producing diesel at a reasonable rate, that can help quite a bit. Coal power plant is done. Thank you. Crisis management. What is this? Pause it for a second. Like from time to time, your island might get into a crisis. Fuel running out, no power, low maintenance, etc. Obviously, it is never your fault. It's always caused by the people on the island doing a bad job. However, there are ways to avoid some of the issues early on. Pinning important products. Yep, okay. Storage alerts. Yeah, we know about that. Most of the machines and buildings are assigned a priority. The lower the number, the higher the priority is, and the more likely they get power, Unity, workers, maintenance, and more. So having the most critical infrastructure on an increased priority is a great way to go. Power crisis management. Okay, so running out of power is no fun, and there are several ways to avoid that. The first step is to set up alerts for storages that feed power-making machines, for example, coal and water storages that feed boilers, used to produce steam for generators. This way, you know that coal or water are getting low before the supply halts. Yeah, that's fine. You can also give it an increased priority. Storage feeds power plant. You must first keep full slider. Yeah, okay, that's fine. The most robust but expensive setup is to have a backup plant, like in the real world. This can, for instance, be an array of diesel generators that are ready to kick in when power drops. Yeah, and that we have. Okay. This works by default because a diesel generator has a lower production priority than standard generators. connected to turbines. You can reconfigure power generation priority for any power generator yourself. Note that machines consume less maintenance when they are idle. Okay, so production priority and production priority. I did not think to click that. Instead, I did the priority up there. In case any of the worst emergency can also boost a machine. Boost enables machines to work without power at the monthly cost of Unity. Okay, so that is a pretty useful little piece that we went through there. Liquid dump has no recipe. I assume it is this one over here. So here we just want to make sure that we're saying, guys, you can, what is this? Oh, no. So it's just this one. So that's the one. Sour water needs to go in there, right? So that's basically the recipe that we've got going here. Oh, and we're flaring and we're creating diesel. I like it. So we are pumping. Yeah, we are pumping. I'm assuming these guys are. Oh, we just delivered some crude oil over there. So I think that should be fine. That's just the starting point. That's going to get really busy really soon. So I just wanted to have a quick look at this crisis management thing over here. We've got these diesel generators. Yes, so they are priority 11 for generation. And if we come over here, these are priority number 6. So they will be generating our power before we go into diesel. We're out of workers. Okay, excellent. So let's add back that so that we can continue that journey. So all has been explored, right? Yeah, absolutely everything until we get the ship upgraded. So get out of that. We still have some stockpiles in here. The cargo ship is full. We're slowly trying to get rid of some of these items, but I guess for now it is what it is. We're not able to deliver. Yeah, we're all full up over here. So what is this guy saying? Wait, what product is it waiting for? Oh, coal. Okay, well, that is the call to action over here for us to add an extra one and an extra couple to that. Let's have a quick look at what our mining designation looks like over here. It's still looking pretty good. The guys can go and do the rest of this. We'll get them to kind of sort that out. I do think we had an extra one ready to go, right? Yeah, it's on its way over there. Okay, beautiful. We're almost done with this episode. Everything is looking pretty good. We're out of workers, which is okay. I don't mind it too much. We'll get some more workers in a little while. For the time being, we should be producing diesel at a reasonable rate. Yeah, we've got these guys pumping in. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on this. The reserve should hold for quite a while. And I'm suggesting this thing. Oh, really? It's not even. So how much is this producing? This produces 20 every 60 seconds. This uses 60 every 60 seconds. So theoretically, this should be fine, right? All of these guys working together should be fine, unless our throughput here is not good. Maximum throughput is 60 per 60 seconds. Yes, so we are effectively not throughputing sufficiently through here. Okay, so if we go to research, I think pipes 2 is the next one that we're going to grab. We'll get pipes 2 going so that we can pipe up this one to go a little bit quicker. So pipes 2 is going to start to be a little bit more important now. And this guy is dumping out over there, and these guys are dumping in this area. I'm kind of interested if we should. So there's nothing in here. What we can do, I think we should just do a bit of a mining designation in here, right? So in my mind, what we'll do here, let's add this mining designation. We'll go to level 4 here, right? And what we'll say is just start digging this out through here, right? All of that. And what do we have in here? I don't quite know. That's slowly maneuvering the sand. But this guy, I think, forget about the priority. Let's just start dumping it out altogether. We've got some new people coming in. They brought us a few things. Let's add a few more vehicles to the mix there so that what I'm thinking we should be doing, we'll build 2 more there. We'll build a few more of those as well. And then what we'll do is we will. All of this is still looking really brilliant. And then what we'll do is we'll flatten this out. We'll flatten this out so that we can fill this up and do a little bit better with this stuff. But for now, I mean, we're in good shape. We're in good shape. I'm not too worried about what that is happening. Okay, so for now, what did we do? Advanced oil processing is done. So we've got some additional materials that we don't know where it'll go. Discover cargo ship on the world map and repair it using the main ship. Repair an oil rig. Okay, so that's the next piece of this puzzle, right? So if we go here, now we're going to go, we've got the cargo ship there. So start the repairs. Excellent. So waiting for materials. Okay. So we'll start the repair of the cargo ship. Here we have, I'm sure we've got this guy wanting to load some stuff, right? So with this in mind, what do we have here? We've got like, so give me some of those. This is copper plates, right? How many copper plates will go in here then? Grab me some copper. 200 copper. So get the copper, move it out over there. I'm going to build a bunch more of these guys so we can just clear out this thing. Let's just rotate it so it's the same. And yeah, this one is supposed to be empty. And then we will do a none in there. Excellent. So that's fine. Now it's got nothing assigned to it. What else can we move in there? We can do some cement in there. Or, yeah, move the cement in there for me. Go ahead and build those three. Just want to make sure we can kind of empty out this thing. Is that full already? Okay, forget about emptying it. Fill it up again. Bring it over from here. This thing needs to be emptied, right? Okay, so we're trying to close this one out. I'll give it a few more minutes. Just want to see, are we fully loaded up on this guy? I think we are fully loaded, so we can go ahead and do that. I just wanted to check. Now we've got the rubber in there. Okay, what else do we need to move? Oh, well, we'll need another copper. So move another copper in there. Okay, and we'll need, what else do we need? And then we've got some construction parts too. Move that through there. And then we've got, I'm not sure this goes in here, right? We need something else. So if we go all the way out here, this guy can get the iron scrap, please. And what we'll do is we'll not keep it empty. We'll bring it full. And then from there, what we can do is we can run that one in there. And also we can go ahead and build that, actually using a little bit of Unity. So now the guys can bring the iron scrap over here as well. And then we still have some copper scrap doing its rounds. So we need probably another one of these storages. Okay, and we'll go that one in there. We'll add an extra recipe using also the copper scraps. That's it. This one will be a bit of copper scrap, please. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and build all of that also. And then hopefully we'll have everything offloaded here. Keep it empty, guys. Keep it empty. Nice. Okay, so can I just build this, please? Okay, good. So if you're bringing your copper scraps in here also, and then obviously that needs to be moving. We've got everything in there now. Let's have a look. Okay, so add me another one to the mix here, please, and another one there. And what we'll do is we'll start to dig out this whole thing here. Pipes 2 is almost done. Wow, our potatoes do need to have a bit of a look. Okay, so I think we're ready loaded. The ship is loaded. Excellent. So go ahead and prepare the damaged thing. Yeah, so we've slowly moved some stuff out, and we'll need to potentially produce some stuff there. This guy's running. Excellent. These guys are... Okay, so what we'll need to do, the idea is this one needs to be... We need to keep these things empty, right? I'll try and keep them lots emptier. Is this full? Okay, what I'll do, right? Let's add a few more storages to the mix here. Just so that we kind of get sand. And what I'll do here is also, I'll just do this, that, and this and that, right? And then what we'll pull that one in like so, and this one like so, and then that should hopefully get everything sorted. Can I quickly build all of that with Unity? Nice, because we do have a fair bit of Unity available to us. Now we can go nuts and get all of our sand into these areas here. So we've got some new refugees. Fuel station is out of fuel. I'll have a quick look at that. What are the refugees saying? They brought us some stuff, right? Okay, fuel station is out of fuel. Show me this. Okay, so this guy is... What is the issue here? We are waiting on... Oh, this guy has imports of this. Okay. Interesting. I might build another fuel station all the way this way, because I think that is pretty useful. I'm just going to do that for the time being. We'll just do a bit of a fuel station kind of right here. Oops. And I'll do more refugees. Okay, we'll do that. And we'll Unity it up over here. I'm doing crazy Unity things. Not enough housing. Oh, overcrowded. Okay. Let's stop the people now. Really? Are we overcrowded? Okay, well, I don't want to build more housing just yet. So we'll stop that. Got some people needing some housing. And I'm wondering, do we upgrade? No, for the time being, let's just quickly build this guy. We'll give everybody a house, but we won't add more people to the mix just yet. So now everybody should be homed, and we have extra workers ready to go. So we've got the ship. Okay, let's just have a look. So the ship has been repaired, right? All done. The next piece of the puzzle is we'll start the repairs over here, which will be pretty easy as well. I need to end the episode. I am so enjoying this. I am just getting bogged down. So bring me this stuff here so we can do that repair as well. And then I really want us to dig this stuff out, right? Forget about a mining priority there. Just go wherever the wind blows, so that we can start to move things out here. Fuel station is out of fuel. This one, yeah, we're struggling here, right? Because we're not getting the coal. How's the coal looking? So coal. Are we digging coal at a reasonable rate? Okay, let's quickly do that. Actually, guys, I'm gonna leave it there because I've already said we're running through. So now we'll start to build this up a little bit quicker so that we can make room for everything else. We are not going to have any issues with diesel for the time being, and we've got a fuel station ready to go. We'll assign a truck over there to do its thing and run it around. And then what we'll do here is we'll probably just drop the truck from this side. What I will do is I think we need to be serving this a little bit more effectively with coal. So please bring in the products that you need here. Let's just have a look. Do we have coal available? Broadly speaking, no. That's the issue. We are running out of coal. That's the issue. So we need to bump up our production of coal over here to be able to really sustain all the various things that we're doing. But we will do that in the next episode. Food is, yeah, we'll need to do. We'll rejig this in the next episode as well. Just see what we're doing with our farms and how we're dealing with all of this, because I'm not sure it's that effective at the moment. Okay, I'll see you next time. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Do leave your comments down below. I do think we're in a pretty good spot at the moment. Anyway, see you next time. Bye-bye.